Alright guys, welcome back to another episode. Continuing the best 23 for 2026. Now I know I've been a bit quiet on the channel, the Christmas break, and I had my annual holiday with my wife at Summer Nats in Canberra. So I did pre-record a couple of videos for last week, but we'll finish off the series this week and get into some more content that I've got pre-planned going in for the rest of 2026 and until the season starts. So we'll do a little rehash quickly. As you will see on the screen, I have now given you a bit of a draft or a bit of a best 23 board. So as you can see, so far it doesn't have the bench. I have not named the bench because this would just be the ruck/followers. We'll just read off the names from the whole backline, and then I'll give you my reasons why I've picked the two followers and the ruckman. So we've got Nick Flostone, Ben Miller, Nathan Broad as the half backline. Full back line, and the half back line we've got Banks, Noel Bolter, Jade Short. Obviously on the wing I've gone probably different to what most people would have gone. I think most people had Hugo Rell Smith. Maybe he's a lock if he gets back from his injury, but I've gone Patrick Rechko, Sam Banks, both just for their running ability and speed. So I think we need that coming into the season of 2026 to win more games. Tim Taranto in the centre as that leader and experience to help the other young midfielders as well through the season. Half forward line, Morris Riley Jr., Seth Campbell, both blistering speed, goal-kicking ability and ways to turn the game on their head. With Jonty Full as the centre-half forward line, sort of the next future centre-half forward, who leads up the ball, marks great and can kick a thumping big goal as well. Going into the full forward line is Harry Armstrong, Tom Lynch. Now, I've sort of paired those two together so Harry Armstrong can learn off a proper full forward. Hopefully we get another 2 years out of Lynch to give Harry Armstrong a bit more of an advantage than most young players ever get. Ryan Mansell as another experienced back four pocket who probably could switch with Rioli and Seth Campbell during the season as well as it goes along. Now, we'll go before we go straight into the followers, as you can see who they are, hit the like and subscribe. We did hit the 400 subscribers, so I do really like to say thank you to everyone who did subscribe. I do appreciate that. We'll be doing a video soon about my goals for 2026. One of them would be to hit 1,000 subscribers. But if you do like my channel, like and subscribe and leave a comment as well. Maybe if it's a disagree or opinion you want to give across, so maybe we can have a conversation about it as well. So what I've done is I've gone Sam Lawler straight up there. I think most of us want to see Sam Lawler there. Not just because it's a young player, but I think what he brings into the game is dynamic. Great foot skills, as we've seen for the season 2025. I can actually say that now. He seems to keep the ball low, penetrates and hits targets quite easy instead of these little tower terrors a lot of players these days seem to do. He seems to have a lot of time, even though he's not super duper quick. He sort of gives up that Scott Pennery vibes where he just seems to know how to move around players. Does have that brute strength as well and overhead marking ability with a bit of a leaping as well. We've seen in 2025 in his first year. Obviously was hit down with a bit of a hamstring injury. Reports are that it's quite well. He's training fully now as well, so he should be good for the start of the season. And I think the most dynamic part about him is as well as being as a midfielder, he can actually float forward when players kind of get lost and leave him alone and kick goals, and that's what we need off a midfielder. We saw with Tranter and Hopper in 2025, they went forward a bit more when we're going in and they were kicking goals. I think Law can probably do that better than they can, and I think that's something that they need to use a lot more in this year coming up. So I think in his second year, I think his body should be a bit more stronger, ready to go. Wouldn't be surprised if we see him kick more than 11 goals. I think wouldn't be surprised if he kicks 20 goals as a midfielder/forward as well. Then I went Jacob Hopper, more just as that senior veteran that's already been around long enough, played in grand finals and finals as well, been on two different teams that understands on how to do it. Very good leader. He seems to be a lot fitter coming into 2026 than he ever has been. Maybe they've got his body right. I think if Hopper's up and about, he will kick the goals. He will sort of be that grunt sort of midfielder, puts his head down and happy to get hit hard. He doesn't seem to be back away from the big bumps. And I think that's a good leadership quality as well to show the boys that don't be scared to get bumped and get bumped hard. You can still get up and go again. There's no problem with that. So sort of trying to balance the midfield with a bit of youth as well. I don't want it to be all old. And I know a lot of people are probably going to hate on it. Right now they don't see Dion Prestia in the team and they're going to hate that. But that's a different conversation for later on. Toby Nankervis, Now, Toby Nankervis probably can't play all 23 games this year. As we saw 2025, he started to get burnt out quite a lot during the year. I'm all for, as a best 23, if you had to pick him to play round one, this would be the team you play, and you know you're going to have Toby Nankervis. He's a captain, and he may not be a captain in 2026, who knows, but I think he's been captain now for quite some time. I think he'll still carry that sort of honour on his chest to teach the players how to do it, lead by example. Doesn't have the greatest tap work, but what he makes up for that is his ability to spread around the ground. He seems to make a mistake and he knows to turn around, sprint backwards, and get back there and mark the ball. The idea would probably that be is if I don't put someone on the back line that was horrible. If I cannot get someone to go on the bench to sort of help him out, my idea would be probably you'd have a Lynch or a Jonty or a Harry Armstrong to do the ruck work in the forward line, so sort of Nank doesn't go into the 50 at all, unless he's being told to pinch in the back line, in the forward line temporarily. And maybe the same as when it goes into the back line, every now and then you could throw Noel Bolter in there to sort of pinch ruck as well, so you can sort of balance him out. I think he'll have one of those years where you'll let him rest 4 or 5 games this year. I think that's what you definitely have to do for Toby Nankervis. Sort of don't want to wear him out like he did with Ovan. I'd hate to see that happen to him because he's a champion. That's so far the ruck / forward. Followers. Really horrible today with the words, aren't I? For the best 23 for 2026. Hopefully I'll get the next following video up by about probably Thursday morning. That will be the bench, and that will give off who I've officially picked for the whole entire best 2023 for season 2026 for the Richmond Football Club. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a like and comment and subscribe. I hope you all had a great and safe holiday, and see you guys next time.